What's up, ASG? Welcome to an ASG rewind. We just did a rewind for Alien 1979. Now we're moving on to the sequel movie, Aliens.
Year.
There it is. Aliens. Year. I think it came out in 1986.
Let me fact check. Aliens, 1986.
Okay,
what
yeah.
a freaking guy. This guy.
So, Aliens 1986. So, if you guys
Einstein.
watched our last Alien rewind,
Yes.
we talked about how it was practical effects were there.
Practical effects were there.
It was looking super good in the sci-fi
Nasty,
industry. Nasty,
disgusting.
gross.
Characters
still like
were great.
Yeah,
Everybody
characters great.
dies.
Yeah. Well, let's get into that though. Like I honestly felt like the characters were a little weaker in this. Like instantly,
in
I'm
Aliens?
just like, wow, these characters are like fucking
Yeah, bro.
idiots.
If we're gonna go straight into the characters, I just want to point out. I think it's Vasquez, and I can't remember the other dude that I'm thinking.
There was like
of for the life of
Vasquez,
me.
Hudson,
Not Hudson,
or
not blonde guy that makes it to the end, but the other dude.
I don't know. They're kind of forgettable. There's a lot of characters introduced that when you watch the movie, you're kind of like, oh yeah, these people are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
Yeah,
They're gonna die.
they're pretty insufferable.
And I think that's going to be a theme for so I actually think this is a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah, let me check what Alien 1979 was, but I'm pretty sure consensus on this movie, yeah, Alien is a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, so just a little bit under. I think the general consensus on this movie is this is the best Aliens movie or like one of. And hot take, it's only good after the first 3/4 of the movie. After like the halfway point and a little bit past the halfway point and everything starts to pick up, I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But all the stuff where she's first arriving to the station and she's like finding out about,
Because she's having like nightmares.
She's having
The movie
nightmares.
opens up where they find her. Because at the end of the movie, she goes into the time capsule.
Yeah,
where
she's
kinda
still
just
frozen in
sleeping. She's
time.
waiting until she gets found. Like yeah, she's basically so Ripley is basically frozen in time.
she's been asleep
After-
for 57 years.
Yeah, it's a time jump of 57 years. And they get her in. She's having fucking nightmares of the aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the guy's name was Burke.
Yeah.
So you got this guy named Burke that was coming in, talking to her, trying to, basically explain to her what's happened and debrief her on stuff. And then
Yeah.
she goes into a room defending her case of about the stuff
She
she
goes
went
off
through.
on him.
Yeah, she goes off on him. But
Oh, this bullshit you think is so important? You
Yeah.
can just kiss that goodbye.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, and I love Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
awesome.
great.
She's a badass.
She is great.
But yeah, and it's like, I don't know.
They tell her that there's actually families on that planet.
Yeah.
There's 50 to 60 families on this planet. There's a whole compound and all this, and they want her to come.
Colonist. There's
Yeah, colonists. They want her to come with them to just be an advisor in case, because they've lost contact.
Yeah.
So they want her to come with as an advisor just in case there is aliens.
Yeah.
But she literally, okay, so first she defends her case, and they're like, aliens, like, you're fucking stupid. Like, what are you talking about? And that really confuses me because they have androids that are, like, programmed to study these aliens if they find them.
Yeah,
So
you're telling me-
clearly
you're
you know about the
Right.
aliens.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that,
Well, I think they did. It's just that like they
They
didn't
don't
find out. They
believe
don't because
she
no.
saw them.
No. They know that they exist, but they lost contact recently. Like they lost contact pretty recently. So that's whenever she was
But
debriefing
they were
them.
like, you didn't see an alien type
Yeah.
of energy.
Yeah, that's exactly. They were saying you didn't see an alien. This wasn't real. And then Bert comes to debrief her with that Marine guy,
Yeah.
knocks on her door, saying like we've lost contact with
Yeah.
this world. So
And
we
I
think
want to
we
talk
think
about
you're right.
And I want to talk about just that quick cut because there was a lot of stuff in this beginning stuff, and that's what I was kind of getting into with this beginning. Why it's so weird is there's some really jumpy ass cuts. So we have that of her saying like, "There's an alien." They're like, "No, it's not." Da 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 da.
It's not
And
real.
then we go to her in her room, and she's like smoking a cigarette. Everyone smokes a cigarette. She's like smoking a cigarette, and they show up, and they're talking to her like, "Oh, debriefing," like, or briefing her like you were saying. But they start talking about like, "Oh, I see you got a job over here," and da 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 da. And it's like, well, damn, I wish we would have seen that.
Yeah, she already has a job.
Like, they're like bullshitting with her and like fucking with her like she's been there for a while, but it's like, we just snapped.
We didn't really get clarification on that time jump.
And there was a lot of that
skip.
There was a lot of that, like they were trying to just speed run the beginning, and I was kind of like, no, I want to see more about the company. Yeah. But maybe that was just me, but that was why I felt like the first like half and almost to 3/4 was really weak.
Yeah.
But after that, so great.
And so I honestly thought it picked up whenever like I was like kind of getting shaky. So they go to the planet, and they're kind of getting ready, because you kind of get introduced to all the
new android,
and then
it's a military
and even
crew.
Ripley, like even when Ripley finds out that Bishop is an android, she's like, nobody said there was going to be an android on this ship.
Yep.
Like, nobody said this to me. Mm-hmm. And she don't fuck with androids because of the shit she went through. She definitely don't fuck with androids.
Hey, but this android's a real one, though.
Yeah, Bishop's
a real one.
But I'd say that once we get to that part where they're like, all right, we guys, like, we got to realize where you're at. Like, when they're going to search for the aliens, they're like, you got to realize where you're at. You're under a fucking like nuclear reactor.
Oh yeah,
or, like whatever it was called. Like, you can't use no weapons. And I'm like,
yeah, I think right. I think you're right. After that, it starts to pick up. But after that scene, they go back, and there is a lot of just hemming and hawing, and then it gets back into the action. I just wish we would have stayed.
Yeah.
On firing on all cylinders.
Because the thing is, like, they lose a couple guys from that little thing because they can't use their bullets, but then some of them still use weapons anyway.
Vasquez
used weapons, and then the other guy used a shotgun.
They're all just
caricatures. But the thing is, what I loved about that, though, is when they're walking down there, they're like, guys, they're on you. They're like, where the fuck are they? Dude. And they're literally in the fucking walls. Because then you just see them go, like, from this, then they're like,
yeah.
And then it's like, holy shit, fuck. Yeah. It's crazy.
And Ripley's
like, they're all like,
get them out of there. Get them out of there. And the new lieutenant or
like,
sergeant, he's like freezing up.
Mr. Freeze. Folding.
What is he doing, bro?
And then then again, it was his like second.
Yeah, when they're going down, they're like, hey, he looks real shaky. And they're like, Lieutenant, like, how many drops is this for you? And he's like, 2, including this one. And they're like, oh my fucking.
Yeah. But you got to think his squad was a bunch of dipshits.
I mean, yeah, they were.
They were not
all characters.
Yeah, they were all just like trying to be quirky characters. I'm like, bro, it would have been a lot better if y'all would just had no lines. Yeah. And y'all literally just went out there as real soldiers and like.
And another thing that I really, and we were talking about this because we did watch a lot of Aliens together. They lost the futuristic sauce in between movies.
Right.
That's another thing.
I feel like
he
got very Americanized. And
it was just
like
militarized.
Militarized. I'm like, it didn't feel. It felt sci-fi, but not like 21,700.
No.
It didn't feel like that.
It felt like if we were to go in space with some military people right now.
Like a 100-year time jump from now.
Maybe.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
But it still kept the.
There was one part, I forget what it was, but I looked to you and I was like, this. Oh,
it was that area when Newt and Ripley are in the containment area and they get the face huggers trying to attack them.
Yes.
And bro, Burke is such a fucking spit fuck in this
fucking.
In this
I was literally 2 seconds.
He was rocking with Burke.
I was 2 seconds out from telling this guy, "Oh yeah, I kind of fuck with Burke," and then he does like the snakiest shit of all time,
dude.
It just turns off that cam.
Yeah, I'm like just casually. I'm just like, dude, this fucking guy. And then he tries to leave them, and then it's just so satisfying. He's trying to leave them behind when everything's getting real, and he kind of like turns around, and the fucking Xenomorph just fucking gets him. But I do So we get this movie really showed us a lot of stuff because you get Newt, and then
What did you think about Newt?
Newt was cool. They had to protect Newt because she was honestly the only survivor.
Well, no. What do you mean?
I mean, well, Ripley.
Oh,
of course,
the
like,
only
also,
survivor of the community.
like when they got there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was the only survivor.
Right.
So like they had to protect her
Uh-huh.
and keep her safe. That was their job. So they did do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, she was the only survivor. I thought she was cool.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I thought she was cool.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say on her. I felt like the kid acting didn't really mess with anything at all. So, W to aliens there. I didn't find the kid annoying. And I think that's just like the main question people ask when there is a kid character introduced in something like this. It's like, okay, do we care about the kid character?
Yeah.
I don't know if we see Newt again. I wonder if we see Newt again.
Yeah, I don't know. But one thing like I was saying, we do get a bunch of different looks at it's like because at first in the first Alien you get to see like the ship and it's all very weird, like it's like a biomechanical ship that they're on, and you got like got the eggs. So in this one we kind of see and the xenomorphs do look different from the first one.
They do look a little different.
They look different, but I don't expect them to keep the same design. And this is a new director too.
Yep.
It's James Cameron.
Yep.
So.
And I guess the cast wasn't really into Cameron for the job.
You ever notice
he played Terminator?
Yeah.
Before release for them.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see how he has that same type of taste, like very weaponized military type of taste, and it's like, okay, that's cool.
But that's not what this franchise
how it started.
How it should have been.
Why did Alien feel way more sci-fi and futuristic than Aliens when it's a 57-year time jump?
It's because of James Cameron for sure.
And it's just his vision, his style. It was cool. And it's still a great movie. Like I still think it's a great movie. Besides that, and that's just a small thing.
I think it was solid. I can't wait until we do the Aliens tier list.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm gonna probably piss some people off with how I talk about this movie. But the end is really solid, and the disgustingness factor is dialed up even more. I feel like.
Gosh. So we finally see the queen. We see the queen,
bro. We see the queen that lays the eggs.
Oh gosh. And Newt gets taken. So that's the one thing I was kind of confused about. So when they're chasing all the characters, they're killing. And they're not really I guess. Okay, they didn't really explain this. So when there were some parts where they were they were getting attacked, but I felt like they were actually killing the soldiers.
Killing them, yeah. But
whenever the xenomorphs took Newt, she was like, they don't kill them immediately, or she's like, they don't kill them. And then it's like, but we just see them kill 2 people?
Right. Well, maybe
maybe we didn't, and maybe they just kind of took them, disappeared with them.
Maybe. Or maybe because Newt wasn't shooting at them, so they're like, okay,
Newt wasn't shooting at them.
Yeah, all the soldiers were shooting at them, so they're like, oh, this is a threat. I need to take them down immediately. But Newt isn't shooting them, so
I get what you're saying.
Maybe I need to take her to the nest and make her a new alien.
So no, maybe they don't kill. Maybe they harvest. Maybe what we saw was wrong. Maybe. Because I feel like maybe they didn't really kill. Maybe they were they captured them.
I felt like they killed them.
So when they grab people, they take them and they put them in the little slime goop, and then they have them near the eggs. So whenever the face huggers get fucking real, they'll have a host to birth another xenomorph.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily kill immediately.
Yeah.
But I feel like in Alien we saw them. The xenomorph was definitely killing.
They might have just not thought of that.
Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe somebody can explain that a little more in the comments.
They added that in.
Yeah, maybe. But that's one thing where I was having a problem, struggle understanding.
Yeah.
But the queen was crazy. I think it was kind of another kind of the ending. was kind of another one of those like, oh, trapdoor things, and I'm like, okay, I wasn't really ecstatic about that, but I do think it was cool seeing like a bigger threat, like the actual like queen thing.
Yeah, the queen.
Because at the time they're like, okay, we got to make a bigger boss xenomorph.
Right.
Like this is gonna be the queen, and then it's gonna be like a exaggerated version, basically kind of like the same ending of the first one, but like on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Which was really cool.
Ripley gets in the machine, the I don't even know, the mech suit.
Yeah, the mech suit, and it was kind of foreshadowing it when she first gets in. And she's like, "Anything I can do?"
Yeah.
And then she's like, she's like, "I can drive one of these." She gets in the mech, and
I was like, she's fighting somebody with that.
Yeah. It was pretty predictable. I'll say it, but it was cool. I think I do still like Alien a lot better than this one.
Me too. The character of Ripley, she gets to be a little bit more badass in this one, and gets to kind of yell at some people and tell them that they're stupid, which is fun.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, as the audience, we're like, yeah, you need to fucking listen to Ripley. So I think that all works.
What are you doing? Listen to Ripley.
Like, come on. But yeah, let's get into this freaking box office and trivia, my boy. So, if you guys haven't watched the previous episode, last episode, I had up this inflation calculator so that we can see this budget in today's numbers as well.
Yeah, this is interesting.
So, on a budget of $18 million, so $77 million, still not breaking $100 million. I'm waiting for one of these to break $100 million. Yeah. 18 million. They made 131 million, so made a lot more than the first. $566.8 million in today's money, so more like 567 million. Yeah, crazy. And these are R-rated movies as well in 1979. So crazy box office return for something like this.
Why they were able to make a third one?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So.
And so the third one's the last one with Ripley.
I think so. Maybe not. I don't think it is. It might be Resurrection though.
If that's the last one with Ripley, I think they really fumbled. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that on the third one. Let's get into some of this trivia. So, while filming the scene with Newt in the duct, where she like falls down and slides down the duct, I guess Carrie Hinn, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. That's the actress's name that played the kid. She like kept messing up her take on purpose because she wanted to keep sliding down the slide.
Oh, wow. That's hilarious.
She said it was a 3-story tall slide, basically. Is what it was.
Wow. Okay.
So she just like blew her take so that she just kept going down the slide. I thought that was...
she's smart.
Yeah. I thought
definitely
that was
smart
funny.
for that.
Where the hell is Jay Blades, dude? Because this is a cool trivia fact. Mm-hmm. The alien nest set was kept intact after filming. It was later used as Axis chemicals for Batman 1989.
Whoa. Wait, so...
Where Joker falls in and gets his acid.
Wow. So it's the
maybe
same
it was the acid blood from the aliens.
Same universe crossover. But that's wild. That's pretty cool.
So the Batman crew first entered the set and like
so most recycling props.
Most of the alien stuff was just like still intact and stuff. So they had to like move it and all that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought that was really awesome. The Queen Xenomorph or whatever, was fucking massive. It was too big to fit into that elevator during that elevator scene. I thought that was so goofy too. We forgot to bring that up. Is that the elevator or that the Xenomorph literally goes up the elevator?
The Queen Xenomorph knows what an elevator is and literally takes the elevator up to get him.
Like, okay, whatever. So when she's seen in there, like when the door opens, her tail was removed, and the back of the elevator still had to be opened to accommodate it. And
it was a big prop.
They had to put smoke effects and dark lighting and all that to like obscure the fact that it was
pretty
open.
cool. Yeah.
But yeah, so it was a massive puppet.
Yeah.
And then last little bit of trivia, I guess there was a special edition for this movie. Don't think there was one for the first one. But the special edition of this includes 17 minutes of extra scenes. Ripley discussing her daughter with Burke. So I guess she has a daughter. Ripley is demoted by the board. Newt's parents discovering the abandoned alien ship.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been awesome. A tour through Sulaco prior to the Marines waking up. I don't know what that is. I think that's the ship they're on.
Mm-hmm.
So, like how they did in the first one. Hudson bragging about his weaponry. Ripley hesitates before entering the colony complex on the planet. Robot sentry guns repelling to alien raids. And Hicks and Ripley exchanging first names.
Okay.
But I think the big scene is Newt's parents like finding the aliens.
Yeah.
I think it would have been. I think I would have cared a lot more about Newt's if I seen how that shit went down.
Same.
How her parents died and
seeing
how her Batman,
her watching her like parents get ripped to shreds.
Yeah, her Batman origin story.
Yeah.
It would have been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I think this is like if this is gonna be like 2 tiers below Alien.
Yeah, I think the main thing I have a problem with this movie is that it does feel like a new Alien, like a sequel.
It does feel like a sequel,
but it feels more of like the first movie.
I think James
Cameron in some touches of it. But I do like the movie though. It doesn't make me. I don't dislike it. I do like the movie.
But I'm watching Alien again before I watch Aliens.
Yeah. Aliens is good, but I think Alien.
And maybe we're hot takes.
Alien is just a perfect introductory movie.
Yeah.
Set in '79, and think about it. You don't get another movie in like 6-7 years.
Really?
And that's like.
I didn't know that. I wanna.
Well, because 79 to 86.
Oh well, yeah. I thought you were talking about to Aliens 3, but yeah.
It's a big jump.
Mm-hmm.
So people probably were thinking like
oh shit, Aliens?
Like, yeah, well, not even that. It's like I think people really liked it, but there's got to be someone out there who agrees with me that just feels like maybe it's kind of like it kind of ends the same kind of like a different version of the first film. I think just the trapdoor thing. Like, there's not any other way to kill aliens. Obviously, you can shoot one and then it fucking dies.
Yeah.
But like the Queen, we had to do the same thing with the Queen. I guess it's just a bigger boss level.
If they do the same thing in Aliens 3, I will be kind of like.
Yeah, I'll be like, same. I'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're recycling here.
Big time.
Yeah. ASG, thank you so much for watching this ASG rewind of Aliens 1986. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. It really helps out the channel.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I guess that's it. Peace out, ASG.